Hey there, welcome to the Listen to My channel. Welcome to Their Thoughts of You. What are their thoughts of you? We will be using the I Love You But Channeled Messages deck. If you are looking to get your own, you can. The link is in the description box below. And if you're looking to see what it's about, there is a video on the channel that is an unboxing of it and you can see what it's about. Super nice. Anyway, what are their thoughts of you? Is it 8? Is it 6? Is it 5? I thought I figured this out. Does this have their thoughts of you? Messages? Does this have their thoughts of you? Does this have their thoughts of you? Timestamps are in the description box below. I will see you in your reading. Bye. Hey there, number 8. We're gonna start off with shuffling. So we are also gonna be using the towel. The deck of the tarot that we're currently being called to is the Tarot of Oppositions. This one. Love her. Oh, that's actually not what it looks like. It's this. That was the inside of it. Spoilers. Anyway. What have their thoughts of pile number 8 been recently? You know, it's been a hot minute since I've read for pile number 8. I do advise that you stay till the end of the reading. One more. I'm singing the super old song by Shania Twain. We're having a party for two, inviting nobody but you. I love that song. Fell in love with it the first time I heard it. I'm not sure how it relates to your reading, but it might. So we have out here the Temperance, the Moon, the Five of Pentacles, the Sun, wow, and the Death. Yo, in true pile 8 fashion, if you've been on this channel for any amount of time, pile 8 is my big one, okay? Pile 8 is the 8 is the number that stays giving big energies. I saw pile 8 when as we were talking, right, like out here, this is gonna happen, I'm sorry, and I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a banger. This is gonna be big, and it did not disappoint. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 majors, and then in reality, or in the minor arcana, is the Five of Pentacles. Stop it. Ooh wee, let's get into this. This is gonna be juicy. This, you gotta stick around for this. I love it. Listen, before I get too wild, you have the Death, and that's it on the opposing side. In the sort of like normal, happy, bright side is the Moon, the Sun, the Five of Pentacles, and the Temperance. So I kind of like this for you in a way. But anyway, this person is going through a change that is difficult. It's a change that is taken longer, a change that has taken longer than they would have wanted it to, okay? And that sucks, right? Whenever we think, oh, I'll take a break from, let's say, dating for a month, and then a month turns into 6, and then 6 months turns into a year, and you're just kind of like, oh gosh, it's taking longer than I thought, right? Or like, oh, I'll take a break from employment, and then you say, you know, maybe I'll, you know, get a job in a month, and then it just stretches 6 months, a year, or you know, it's just, something has taken longer in this person's life than they thought it would, and it sucks, right? It doesn't feel good. It's just kind of been tough. And I don't think they fully, it's like they surrendered, right? They knew, I feel like with the Five of Pentacles here, especially in its sort of like exalted state. I mean, it's the Five of Pentacles. Like, well, what we gonna do? Okay, it's still a Five of Pentacles, okay? I prefer not to have a Five of Pentacles. But in the Five of Pentacles, on the sort of positive side, it talks about the end of hard times, interrupting isolation, loneliness. It's great. Let me just give you the background of this person, because I feel like I'm getting background, and then I'll tell you where you come in, or you'll pick it up. Okay, and then we'll get into this, because I'm going to get into this after. I'm not even, like, my eyes are not registering anything here. My eyes are seeing it, but the synapses between my eyes and my brain and my mouth, not functional until I get through this message here. This person has had a tough time, and I think it's taken them a while. It's like they knew that things had to change in some way. They knew that something had to shift and be different, etc. But I don't think they knew exactly what needed to change in the way that they thought. I think something took longer for them than they thought. Something has been taking longer for them than they thought. They've been in a position longer than they really would have liked to. And the position that they've been in, they kind of like accepted it, but they're like, damn, I didn't think it would take this long. I didn't think it would take this long. Let's say this is romantic, right? I think this person didn't think they would be single for this long. They didn't think their life would end up this way. They didn't think that they would be in this position for this amount of time. And that has received some personal pushback from within them, right? Like, they knew they'd be single with the Five of Pentacles. They kind of knew that it was the way it was going to be, that they were eventually going to meet someone for them. But with the Death here on the sort of negative side, it's just giving like the energies of someone who's like, oh shit, like still? So it's that kind of energy. Same, it's very in line with, I really want popcorn. Wow. Same in line with that whole thing with, you know, if it's a career and you taking some time off or being fired in some way. I feel like there's an action that this person took, but they didn't think that the phase that action put them in would be for that long. And that was met with some resistance, right? On the negative side of this death is winds are coming that push your life forward and toward further shores. Prepare for the end of attachments, surrender to the arrival of mystery. A break with the past is necessary to realize your future. So I think, like, there was a certain level, again, I'll say this one more time, there was a certain level of understanding of the choice that this person was making. And the phase that it put them in actually was guided, right? I think it was guided for the things, oh, a hummingbird. It was guided for them to be in that certain phase, but they weren't prepared for what that phase would demand of them and require of them for them to get to the thing that they were wanting. A lot of things had to break here. And look, we have the sun and the moon and the sun, the sun and the moon and the sun. We have temperance, fucking patience. Now that we see all this, right? Temperance is patient. The sun is super clarity, desire, whatever. The moon is like intuitive and things hidden, things unseen, things unknown, right? The darkness, but then lit up by a little bit of the light. You only see what you get to see. The sun is great. Maybe you're enjoying it. Like, it's a lot of, especially with the temperance, patience, and balance. Their thoughts of you, okay, are stemming from this weight. Their thoughts of you are stemming from this long period of not having this thing that they've always wanted. They see you as a rescuer. Okay. With the Five of Pentacles, yeah. I was gonna say they see you as, it's not that they see you as someone who will rescue them. It's not that. But it's a Five of Pentacles. Like, you get a helping hand to pull you up, to pull you out. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, it's two people, right? There's company in that sadness. So their thoughts of you lately, recently, period, are, oh, wait, maybe this is the beacon of hope. Maybe this is what my life has been accumulating to. Maybe this is who I'm meant to be with. Okay, it is still the 5, but with this amount of major energies, this 5 is really exalted. It's super shot up. Like, it's up there. So their thoughts of you, big time. I'm gonna say that yes, there's an element of you're here to rescue me. Rescue me. Please rescue me with this 5 of Pentacles. Take me out of this thing. I've been waiting for you. I've been pining for you. Are you the thing? So there's 2 ideas there. You rescue me. You're here to rescue me. That's actually 2 different things. Rescue me, like help save me, please. Like, save me from this. And 2, oh, you're here to rescue me. Amazing. And 3, it's like this like enlightenment of like, maybe this person is the reason, this experience is the thing to take me out of this isolation that I've been, this loneliness, these negative emotions, these sorrows, this craziness that I've been in. And we can help each other. This death and this 5 of Pentacles, more so this 5 of Pentacles, I think they do sense it could be a projection, right? But it's the 5 of Pentacles, so I'm not going to say it's just projection. I feel like in you, they see something similar about them, where perhaps you've been single for quite some time. You've been having trouble in love. And for them, it's kind of like, oh my God, maybe I could help you. Maybe we could help each other. Maybe this could be a mutually beneficial thing, me and this person, right? You have sort of gone through the things that you've gone through. I have gone through what I've gone through. This could be a mutual a mutual helping situation between the 2 of us. I can maybe rescue you. I could help you, right? And I know you'll definitely help me because some of that has been percolating. I think their world has been met with a lot more joy with you around, with the sun here. Like, there's hope. And the star is not here, but there's a little bit more hope. There's a little bit more yayness. But now it's like, when you take someone out of anything that they've been used to, it's new, right? Whether the newness is heaven, but when you take someone out of a known hell or a known space and you put them into a situation that is new, even if it's what they desired, it's kind of like, I don't know what to do here. I know what to do in my known hell. I know how to function in the bullshit. I know how to function in my mess. I know how to function in my normal mode of waiting, pining, complaining, or just coasting, or being okay and settling, like whatever that is, whatever that normalcy was. I don't want to insult the normalcy with the death in this thing. It's kind of like, fuck, it's been a hot minute. It's been too long in this space. But even when you move into something that you like, now it's a whole new territory. How do you act? How do you be? How do you dress? How do you function? It kind of it just messes up the circuits a little bit, even if it's the desired thing, right? Even if it's the sun. Oh, great. This person is here and I'm so happy. But what do I talk about? I still talk about the same stuff of, oh, what I've been through. Oh, the same mode, but this is new now. Like, why would I continue to, it's hard to break those patterns, those mental habits, etc., etc. And I'd like to think that it's dawning on them, like, oh, wait, this is a new space. I feel new. Something feels nice and new. I don't want to bring that old stuff in this, but shit, how do I function when I'm not in that old stuff? Because I've been in that old stuff for so long. That programming has been running for so long in my head. And hence we have the moon in between the death and the sun. This kind of like, I like it, but I also, like, what? I like it, but I'm also used to the darkness of a new moon. Now it's like a full moon. It's illuminated, but there's sun. And it's like, oh, okay, I see the mess. I see what I need to clean up. I see what I need to sort of like die to and give up on now that there's this. So you have had, their thoughts of you are, oh, wow, this person has come to bring me out of, mental, physical, emotional, actual spatial poverty of feeling alone and loneliness and that whole thing, or lacking, out of lack. This person is here, but fuck, shit, oh gosh, I don't know how to function in abundance. Like, I don't know how to function in not lack. I don't know how to function in not loneliness. That whole thing. And when it comes to you, with the moon here, they want to move away from whatever they've been in. There's a desire to. This is major arcana, but major arcana takes time. There's a lot more supportive major that wants to move in a certain direction, which is towards sort of, the positive and what brings more beauty into their life. But this is still kind of, a thing, but it still shows that they're wanting to move forward, which is great. So their thoughts of you are enlightening their life. Now, if this was their opinion of you, you're someone who, even with what you've been through, even with what you've gone through, even with these things that if it was them, they would feel bad about themselves, right? That similarity that they're seeing in the two of you. They feel bad about themselves, or they do. I'm getting that here. If they don't, then okay, right? Like they've sort of accepted a certain level of whatever they've accepted, but you're still positive. You're still thriving. You're still trying, right? You cannot be in the best place, but you're making the best of that place. And that's something that they think of you. They're like, wow, this juxtaposition of how we could have handled things, how I can be, it's inspirational that you've been through whatever you've been through, however you are, the example I'm getting in my head is not, for you necessarily, but the example I'm getting in my head is, wow, at my big age, I'm single and I'm down on myself. At your big age, you're single and you're like thriving. You're making the best of it. You're still, you're still trying to figure yourself out. You're still, moving. You still have hope. You still have a semblance of, goodness in you and the like. And it kind of really shines a light on them. And they're like, oh, I don't have to be bitter. I don't have to be upset all the time. Like there's another way to be. Okay. I can try to go for maybe more. And it's just by you being you. It's just by you being you. Like, you still held on and you're still steadfast in your belief that good things will happen, right? So let's get into these channeled messages now from the I Love You But deck, which the link is in the description box below. You can get your own almost 300 unique messages. Very easy to understand, very easy to read, but there is a little guide. Make sure to watch the unboxing video that can go over what it's about so you can get your own. I do respect you. I want your people to know me. Please understand me. I want to understand you. Interesting. Taming. Listen, sometimes I just caw. Listen, I do respect you. I do respect you comes from when you as a Lumi, right? You as the listener, the viewer, feel disrespected, or they think that you feel disrespected, right? And I think that is at play here. I think with how they are, I'm really getting a very specific example in my head, but it is what it is. I think with how they are, they think that because of how you've maybe been an optimistic person, they have maybe said some things to shut that down. And in their own private space, they've had thoughts of, why did I do that? I want that. And yet when that was brought to me, I shut it down. But I'm trying to get myself to be thinking in that direction. But I shut it down. Why did I do that? Why do I do that? Like, what is it that I want? Like, when the thing that I want comes to me, I'm saying, no, I'm pushing it away. What is that? So I think they do see how they have been disrespectful to you, or they have been inconsiderate of you, or they've been pompous or a bit stubborn or arrogant about certain things, certain values that you hold dear to you. And they say, no, but I do respect that. Like, I do respect Pal 8's ability to be a ray of sunshine. Right? Like, I do like that, even with what's going on, that they're still they're still social, they still try, they're still who they are. Right? They're still loving. I like that, and I do respect that. I'm fighting it. So there really is a lot of self-reflection in this death that they're being forced to reckon with, and have been forced to reckon with. And you coming in like a wrecking ball, like a sunshine wrecking ball, is really shining that light on, yeah, look at, that you're part of that process. And I don't know if they like cognitively know that, but I think it's definitely something that is aiding in that process of them really seeing themselves a lot more in their reflection and going, what do I want? What do I want to do? I want your people to know me. They want to be in your life. They want to be in your life. Please understand me / I want to understand you. All right. This feels like I don't like that it's both. But I do actually think that that's the most appropriate thing for this particular reading. This is the person who created the deck. Look, 300 was going to be too many messages, okay? This person wants you to understand them, which is they want you to placate to where they've been. And in a way, not ask them to be more than they've been, even though I do believe that's what they want, to be more than they've been. But they want to be, understood. They want to be, a woo-woo, like cool dad. And I say that totally respectfully, because that be many of us sometimes. Like, I don't want you to try to make me better. I want to be accepted for who I am. But at the same time, they also understand that they don't accept themselves how they are, but they want others to. So this is actually very complicated. It's complex. They want you to go, oh, I can understand how you're feeling because of what you've been through, etc., to validate the victimness that they're in. And they could very well be a victim of circumstance or whatever in their life, right? Like, I'm not saying that's not a real thing, because it absolutely is. It's just that they also have been wanting to move past that soundtrack, right? But they want to be validated in that soundtrack. It's a thing. And so I think when you say, oh, you could this or you could that, when you make suggestions, it feels an invalidation of what they're going through, when it really isn't. They know it isn't, but it feels like an affront. It happens. People are like that. I want to understand you. They want to study you. They want to see how you stay upbeat, how you continue believing, and how you stay sort of positive, or however you are about the situation, how you keep going, basically. Whether you're not always positive or whether you're not always they want to understand how you keep going so they can adopt some of that in them. Taming. This is on the more sexual side. However, I think just as a whole, this person, their thoughts of you is to some degree, like misery loves company, right? However way that goes, misery loves company. I'm not saying this person is super miserable or anything like that, but there's something about bringing people down to your level. right? There's times, and maybe you felt this too, when you're complaining about something and people are like, why don't you do this? They're trying to lift you up and you're just like, right? This whole, please understand, this whole like, no, like you're invalidating my experience. And what they want is for you to come down to their level, right? And this can be something that happens in a positive way, where you want your friends to, or people in your life to be at your level, where they can see eye to eye and then they lift you up. That's like a method, that's a thing. But then there's a thing, which is this, where there's a part of them that want you to be in the dumps with them. This isn't a major part. This is, a shadowy part of them, or even for some of them, it's in the light. They know full well that they want to humble you. They want you to be in the darkness with them, to take away a little bit of that light that you have, that keep going that you have, so that they don't feel so alone. Five of Pentacles. But that's an inverse Five of Pentacles, okay? So that they don't feel so alone. They don't want to be left behind. They don't want to be the only one in the world, right? This feeling of, I'm the only one in the world that's suffering. I'm the only one in the world that's had bad things happen to me. But it's sort of also in a way where, like, misery loves company, right? So there is a part of them that feels that way. It's not major, but it exists, right? The major part is them, wanting to move forward, but there's still that part of them that wants to bring others down. And I think for them, there is an aspect of shadow in that they don't fully realize that they need to take care of. Like, cognitively, they can go, no, I didn't want you to, I want you to realize it, but there is an element in themselves that they need to deal with, which I think this death is really trying to help them with, forcing themselves to see, why? Why is that what you want? Why is that what you're doing? And not from a judgmental place necessarily, a little bit from a judgmental place, but from more so a place that says, take a look at yourself and understand that there is a part of you that is feeling alone, and you want to drag people to this state of aloneness. And because of, my nail is dirty. Y'all been seeing that dirt? Sorry. Because of that aloneness, you self-isolate. And that when you self-isolate, you say, it's better for me to be over here because no one will understand me. But there's also a nugget in that says, it's better for me to be over here because then I get to not look at that, ugly part of me that wants other people to also be suffering, so that I'm not suffering alone. Misery loves company. I also want others to suffer. There is a part of me that is so alone. I also want others to feel this aloneness, so I'm not so alone. And that's the part within them that they need to deal with. That shadowy part that makes them isolate, because in the light of day, in the light of the moon. Why, when I get the thing that I've been wanting, why do I push it away? Why do I isolate myself? Why do I take myself out of whatever? You feel me? So this is hard to deal with as a person when you really dig deeper into yourself and go, oh shit, that's what I want. And now you just got to sit with that feeling. And what happens usually is you can go deeper, of course, but there's also a feeling that goes, oh, now that you've acknowledged that shadowy part, you allow it to dissipate. You've given it the light of your attention. We can talk about shadow all day, every day, but I digress. This is their thoughts of you. I'm not talking to them, right? But yeah. This also shows in submissive dynamics for them. I'm not talking about submissive dynamics in general, but in the bedroom, or when it comes to their intimacy life, they may want to be more dominant, or maybe they are, but it comes from a certain insecurity within them. They may want to be more submissive because they are, or they're more dominant, but it's just safer to be more submissive because then they have, there's just something in them in how they function in intimacy and what they want in intimacy that is dealing with a sense of loneliness and a sense of having company in that. That's not wrong or right or anything like that. It's just if they are able to look at those parts, I just really, really feel, and because I know how shadow works, like I know how these sort of dynamics work, when you enter into those energies and give them the attention that they have been looking for, it allows that energy to sort of, and it no longer has that chokehold insidiously into how they move and how they work in their lives, right? Who would have thought, oh, the reason I isolate is because, I think I'm a burden. Yeah, sure, we can say that out loud, but you don't realize that there's a part of you that is thinking something else as well. Something where I want others to suffer. I want others to feel pain. I want others to be with me in this darkness. And therefore, I'm keeping myself away from others because that's, safer or whatever. There's so many things that go on in our shadow space, but I digress. Their thoughts of you really are shining a light on some stuff that they have been moving through and have been wanting to move through. And this is what's happening. Okay. We're called for time here. So what I'm going to do here is pull you some guidance on how best you can handle this situation. All right. They do want to either dominate you in the bedroom or they want you to dominate them. It could be both, right? That's the thing. And I think they would also like to tame that part of themselves through you, right? Like you may be one of the people that can actually tame the monster in them, literally. The beast in them, the darkness in them, or whatever. That's kind of deep, but I think for Pal 8, it's notoriously, just historically, on this channel, Pal 8, Pal 6, them pals, oof, baby, they stay giving me crazy readings. Dove spirit, be peace, fucking yes. Baby, you keep being you. Listen, if you are new here or if you are returning, you should know and be reminded that spirit lives in the house of Lumiere. The illumination is spirit touched. Okay? Dove spirit shows up to acknowledge you are the light. You are the savior, but you don't have to do anything. You being yourself is enough because you just being you has done this already to them, for them. Just be you, baby. I know, sometimes it's like, I have to be someone's savior. I have to be someone's Yes, but just in you energetically. This is not taking nothing away from you in just being yourself. You don't have to be anything more than you are, which is you. Dove spirit, be peace. You just got to be a peace. You just got to be their peace. But that's just you being you, is you being peace, right? You don't have to rock no boats. You don't have to do nothing. You just need to breathe. And it is so. With her peaceful cooing, the gentle dove invites you to embrace the energy of peace and allow compassion to warm your heart. You always have the power to generate peace within you. And the appearance of dove spirit is a reminder that today and every day is a good day to meditate, to quiet any turbulence within you as you embody tranquility. Above, below, and all around you oh my God, much may be happening to distract you, but you are called to engage it with the heart of a peacemaker, asking yourself, what would peace do? Can you agree to disagree? The peace you seek rises within and spreads out into the world as Spirit sends her messenger to remind you of the beauty of a harmonious existence with all that is. How beautiful and powerful is your compassionate heart. Stay being you, baby. Stay being you. You are the best gift in just you breathing. Okay? I wish you everything. And I wish this person peace. Keep your light on, my friend. If you'd like a personal reading, feel free to come through. Let me know your thoughts about this reading in the comment section below. I'd really like to know who stayed till the end. Okay? Put some emojis of doves in the comments so I know you stayed till the end. Listen, this big ass reading. And even 888. Ooh, that's powerful. I like that. 888. That's what I'll be looking for in the comments. For y'all peacemakers. You just breathe and fucking the world goes, okay, world peace, you know? I love it. Keep your light on. Good luck. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey there, Pal 5. Pal 5. What are their thoughts of you? Recently, lately, lately. Oh, God. That hurts. We're going to start off with the tarot. I do advise that you listen to the whole reading. We will be going into the channeled messages using the I Love You Butt deck. One more. Or 3 more. Sure. Oh, Pal 5. You may just have to remember that you are Pal 5. Because I am not trying. Pal 5, you're not going to see all the cards. Are you okay with that? Great. Because I need to see all the cards. You don't really need to see all the cards. I do, though. Alright. Pal 5. You have Page of Cups. The Death. 6 of Cups. 8 of Cups. Wow. The Star. The 2 of Wands. The Death and the 8 of Cups are the only ones on the positive. The rest are on the negative. That's a lot. That's fine. I told you what I really wanted, but you thought you knew better. I want you to contact me. Facts. This very much speaks to the Death and the 8 of Cups. It is right to walk away. It is right to end this. It is right to walk away. It is right to end this. A wicked right to end this. Right to end this. We have the Page of Cups and we have the 6 of Cups. 2 little boys, little children, existing. I told you what I really wanted and you thought you knew better. Their thoughts of you is they told you what they wanted. And maybe you kept pushing from their perspective. And then somehow you walked away. I don't know if someone asked for more time or someone needed more time. And you didn't want to give that more time. And so you walked away. Because they want you to contact them. They want to be in contact. Everything is changing. And I've been here for too long. Running through the same days. I can't help it so long. Got to move on. I can't do this anymore. 'Cause everything is changing. And I know, yeah, I gotta let go. You walked away. The recent thoughts of you are the fact that you walked away. But I don't know why that's exalted. Oh boy. Yeah, there's been a huge misunderstanding. I saw how you care for me. I couldn't stand to see you hurting yourself like that anymore. Fair. This person, their thoughts of you, they cared about you. I gotta clarify this because I know what this is. When this comes up for me as someone who knows this deck very well, I couldn't stand to see yourself hurting like that anymore. Is sometimes, usually, I see why they see you walking away as a good thing, but then they're upset about it. But then, yeah. This is usually, to me, an energy when I've done readings that I get of they were doing something to you. And they know they were doing something to you. They know they were disrespecting you. They know they were being mean to you. They know and you took it. Okay? You took it. You took that abuse. You took that whatever. I couldn't stand to see you hurting yourself like that anymore is exactly that. They were doing something to you and they couldn't stand to see you hurting yourself by continuing to accept that behavior from them. And henceforth, you leaving, you cutting it off and saying, nah, is a good thing. They're proud of you for doing that. They're happy you done it, but they still want you close. Hello? They still want you close. It's just unfortunate because Page of Cups, their messages would still be kind of vile. Okay? Their Six of Cups, the memories, the past, what they are is still reacting from a childlike state, reacting from this emotional state of being kind of foul. So they're proud of you for walking away, right? Their thoughts of you is, I'm proud that you walked away. But I wish you would call. I wish you didn't, because I do kind of want you around, but I'm really happy that you respected yourself or whatever. This person with this misunderstanding, it feels like, yes, I said what I said. You thought you knew better. But I don't think they said everything. I don't think they said everything. And I think this misunderstanding is, oh, you walked out because of what I said or what I was doing or whatever. You thought you knew better. And I think to some degree, Pal 5, and I don't really like saying this, I think you kind of did know better. I think you could see beneath what they were saying or what they were offering. I say word because this is a worrying energy, like WEREING. Okay, the worrying is not a word, but it's a worrying, as in it's in the past tense. I think you could feel that there was something different, there was something off about what they were saying, because how maybe they looked at you, touched you, whatever. But what they were saying was what they were saying, and eventually you got wise to it and you walked away. You cut it off. A new day arose. But this person is stuck, okay? They're stuck. You've got the star unexalted on the negative side. You see my baby girl? Oh, you're not supposed to see my baby girl. Oh, shit. Look. YouTube finna get me. Okay. Listen. All of us are on edge. All of us are on edge. I saw a reader straight up color and black out the stuff in their cards. I said, never. You will never see me do that to my cards. Excuse me? Baby, I'd rather put a whole tweezer on the card to But, I mean, I get it, right? Like, you gotta, I guess, but I'm not. That's too permanent for me. That's too permanent for me, baby. 2 wands. Listen, their thoughts of you is, I'm still the same. I think I would still do the same. And I'm glad that you walked away, because I couldn't stand to see you hurting yourself by continuing to take what I was giving you, because I think you should get better. But even having said that, I do still want you back, but I also know that I'm still the same. Like, I couldn't be able to give you what you deserve, what I know you deserve. I just couldn't do it. I know how you cared for me. I saw how you cared for me. Did I say node? I know how you cared for me. I see it. I saw it. It's just, and this misunderstanding is also within them. Like, they're having that misunderstanding within themselves. Let's clarify that a bit. Their thoughts of you, I'd say, why can't you just love me? So here's what I'm getting, right? There's 2 things. That misunderstanding is within themselves, but this is calling me back to that initial thing that I was sort of saying about the misunderstanding, right? Where that card that popped out, which had both of those meanings, again, the I love you butt deck, almost 300 messages. Like, it's like 292, okay? There's a whole video unboxing where I talk about the deck ad nauseum, but it's great for beginners. If you don't know what they're doing, it's great to just, baby, you shuffle, you look at, there's words. If you can read English, you got it, right? You can understand it. And also for advanced readers, where for me, this deck, I made it to suit me. And I know how I read. I read all positions of the card. So when the deck when I was shuffling, it flipped, boop, boop, boop. And I said, I feel you. I can feel that it's both messages. So we talked about it. I put it back because which side am I going to put it on, baby? Like, whatever. That is great because it really helps with this misunderstanding. It said you thought you knew better or whatever that message was. I forgot. 292 messages, folks. I don't know all of them by heart, but I know them enough. And I do believe that there was something that you were saying that was close to the truth. I'm not going to say it was the truth because some people really do be calling us out of our names and it's like, what the heck? But I think there was something that you were saying that was quite close to a semblance of the truth for them, right? Something that they were not admitting to. The thing is, I do believe they were not ready to admit to it. And the more you pushed, right? The more you said, well, I know that you think this and I know that you want this. Why don't we just, whatever the situation was, the more you pushed, the more they pushed back, right? The more you pressed, the more that was a negative reaction for them to move away from that idea or feeling or whatever it is that you were communicating. No, Luce, I wasn't pushing. It doesn't matter. Like, how someone receives that energy is how they receive it, right? Like, they were feeling that. Now, they got a lot going on in their psyche. So that's how they would receive that energy. But I get that. It's a human thing. But I think you were right? Like, if they needed help, they did need the help. But being told you need help, some people take that unwell. To some degree, like some people, yeah. And I think they wanted you to accept them as they wanted you to accept them as they were so that you could stop getting on their case so they could take their time to get to where they needed to get to, which was what you had already sort of deduced about them to the degree that you did. Okay? Why can't you just be with me as I am? Why can't you just accept me? Why do I have to be better? Why do I have to be more for you? Why can't you just be with me? Which is a very human thing. Like, why can't you just accept me for who I am and how I am? It's just that, they also recognized that how they were treating you was not great. So it's a kerfuffle, this one, Pal 5. It's a kerfuffle. We have the Two of Wands here. The way forward is rough. The way forward ain't working. The way forward is not working. What they've been doing is not working. And they see that. And it's almost like they're stuck in that energy. Right? The star is dilapidated. For heaven's sake. The star is dilapidated. On the negative side, in general, the star asks you who you really are. A star that fell to the earth or the person that caught the star and brought it home. Which is kind of the same message, really. But taking is only fair if you don't deprive others. Be inspired by great ideals and not by selfish convenience or confused voices. This period may be long, tiring, and unsatisfying, but it will end if you focus on the distant light and believe in it. Or at least believe in those who show it to you. That too is a type of hope. And they've lost that in you, right? Their recent thoughts is that they've lost that light that you did provide, that did remind them that they could be more or better. I don't know, whatever you're doing. And that sucks. And they wish you just accepted them, right? This is someone who's saying, I wish I was just accepted for who I am, how I am. This has happened to me. This is what I've had to go through. And it's comfortable to be in that position. And of course, oh my God, it's very real. People are victims. People have been victims of circumstance. It's just sometimes you've got to choose where you're going to operate from. Are you going to operate from what has happened to you that you couldn't help? Are we going to operate from the circumstances that we have been dealt? Or are we going to try and pursue for more and try to commit to pursuing for more? It's not easy. It's really not easy. We can sit here and go, well, but the person on the inside, all of these negative, they're stuck. The Eight of Swords didn't come out here, but this is emotional stuckness and just general stuckness as a person in their belief of themselves and what's possible for themselves. And when we're in that state of being, like, you push people away because it's easier to just deal with that in yourself, to not be reminded of what you could be, right? Because there's still that bitterness, there's still that anger, or whatever's going on there. When it comes to you, they've lost that spark. They've lost that spark, that the impetus that you gave them to see that there is more, that there could be better. Because it was uncomfortable. And that tracks. Like, it is genuinely uncomfortable. And there is a process and a time to things, right? Someone, just because you tell them one thing on day 1 doesn't mean on day 2 they're going to do it day 3. Like, things take time. People take time to change and, like, fully, like, things take fucking time. People are just think this is instant. This is not human. Like, no. So this is what I'm getting. Their thoughts of you is you walked away. And shit, they get why. They get why you walked away. They get why you called it quits. They get why you said deuces. They get why. Because they don't even want to hang out with themselves to some degree, And it feeds, you walking away, you doing what you did, feeds into this sort of story and that they have in their head. But I think there's something about it that kind of shakes it up, where they go, yeah, but 5 wasn't an ass. I mean, unless you were, but it's like, geez, it's making them reflect a little bit with the 6 of Cups. But I think it's just still a bit of a ways to go, It is a bit of a ways to go. Your emotionality and vulnerabilities may prevent you from feeling your worth and making balanced, right choices. To regain your sense of self and your lost clarity, accept the moment of instability. Understand that it is better to wait and figure out who you really are than hastily making mistakes. And rightly so. Even with this, you trying to climb out, it's haste. Like, these things, as a pile number 5, as a Lumi watching this right now, as a listener and a viewer, things take time. Like, you can't rush people to be what you need them to be when you want them to be. You got to make the choice for yourself and go, this person isn't capable of, or they need more time than I'm willing to put in. I'm going to cut my losses and send this off with love. Because people are going to take the time that they're going to take to get to where they're going to get to. It is what it is. It is what it is. So we can't be forcing people to be what we want them to be when they're not even ready to be what they want themselves to be. They're still figuring that out. Let's get your guidance. Love is all around. Nightingale spirit. Card number 41. In the darkness of the night, Nightingale spirit sings her song of love and hope. A harbinger of dawn, to remind you that the sun will rise again soon. You are so loved, the illumination song of the nightingale. Oh my God, I completely didn't even see another story here. If everything I said reminded you of, no, Luce, that's me, that's how I'm feeling, and somebody walked away from you, yes, if somebody walked away from you and you're wondering what their thoughts of you are recently, it's that opposite, right? It's they walked away from you to the best of their ability, lovingly, right? However that goes, I don't know. They tried. The death is in the upright. They wanted to make a decision that was best for themselves, that was going to serve their life, and they couldn't continue being in a position where they were taking the abuse or the hurled insults or the things that you were about or saying or doing. They didn't want to be witnessing that or be privy to that or to take the brunt of your emotionality or vulnerabilities. They didn't want that. That's not to say, oh, they didn't accept me for who I am. No, because we've really talked about that. Where like, that's not, someone shouldn't have to accept your abuse, right? Someone shouldn't have to take your bad mood. That doesn't make them a friend. That makes them a bitch to themselves. And this person decided not to be a bitch to themselves anymore, right? They decided to move away from you. So that it was just better. Like they didn't want, they didn't want to almost here, but they had to for themselves. Like they didn't want to hurt themselves like that anymore. And to be in your company, right? This is for if it was reversed. I think if it was reversed, you got some of the meanings there, but let me go ahead and reverse it to whom it may concern, right? You wondering why they couldn't just be, it wasn't gonna, no. They couldn't do it anymore. They tried their best. I think they really did. They saw, like, I don't think they have bad blood with you. I don't think they have ill feelings towards you, right? They saw how you care for them. There was some kind of misunderstanding that maybe made them go, all right, I can't. Clearly, like, if you don't see me and my heart when I say these things, I don't know how we can go forward. Like, there may have been some huge misunderstanding from their end with you, from your end to them, and they just kind of went, I can't do this anymore. Right? But they saw how you cared for them. They know that, you cared for them in the way that you did, and they don't begrudge that. But I think a lot of this is just, it's not worth continuing. It's just not worth continuing this Page of Cups. It's like drinking your own poison of you're doing it to yourself. Why are you continuously being in the presence of somebody who's, gonna lash out or, take things out on you or whatever, right? Like that's sort of what their perspective would be if they're the one who walked away. It was them trying really hard and it just wasn't working out. Like them trying to climb the mountain that was you and try to help or try to do whatever they were doing, however they were doing it, which definitely for you were kind of like, stop trying to fucking change me. I'll do it in my own time, or just stop. And I think they just kind of were like, fuck, dude, okay. Because like I said, it takes time to like grow through things and grow out of things or move through things and heal through things. Like it really does. For you, if you are the one who was walked away from, it takes time. Give it the time it needs. And also make those small efforts for yourself first. So if that story is reversed, then there we go. Can't believe I forgot to do that. All right. Nightingale, you are so loved, and the illumination song of the nightingale spirit calls you to a new level of self-awareness and connection with light. Yes, there is a shadow and darkness, but love and prosperity exist everywhere, even in the seeming emptiness of space, darkness, and a starless night. Hearken to the message. Listen, letting the music of the nightingale song remind you that love is all around. Feel it, trust it in tomorrow's light, renewing your ability to recognize the spaces that appear. This is a whole bunch of nothing. What the fuck is this talking about? All right. Well, basically, whomever you are, your guidance is to remember that love is all around. If you want to send love to this person, like I think you have been, continue doing that in the way that feels right for you. And continue to also love yourself through having to make a hard... If you are the one that left this person, yes, continue sending love to this person. And recognize that what you did to save yourself. And show yourself some love, right? Preach love into yourself. Sing love into yourself, like the nightingale spirit asks. And if you are the one who was left, definitely send love to yourself and try to love yourself in a way that makes... that is you loving yourself. And, send love to this other person in the way that you can. But definitely focus on yourself first if you were the one that was left. because I think it's really needed. How you treat people really reflects sometimes how we feel about ourselves. Obviously, you are a caring person. You really are. I see how I saw you care for me. Like, there's that mutual understanding here. Self-love is really important. It really allows us to see what we allow ourselves to believe we are capable of, and the kind of choices that we make that stem from that. Right? A self-loving person would make different choices from a person that may not be in that place. Woof. I wish you everything, Pal 5. Whichever side of the spectrum you fall on. I hope this helped. If you listened all the way till the end, go ahead and type in 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Now you can just type in 5, 5, 5. 3 5s. 3 5s. Yeah, I wish you everything. I really do. Keep your light on and good luck. Bye-bye. Hey, Pal 6. Pal 6. There are recent thoughts of you. What are the recent thoughts of Pal 6? Every kiss begins with K. Oh my gosh. This card does not want to be in the upright or the reverse. It's the wheel. Oh my good lord. The wheel. Oh baby, baby. Oh, this whole deck. You know what? And then we have a 7 of Wands. Listen. I'm gonna shuffle off camera. Oh my god, look at this. Don't you. I'm gonna shuffle off camera. Okay? I'll be back. Okay, I put the wheel back for intuitive reasons. Don't worry about it. We'll remember the wheel came out and the 7 of Wands. And we have the King of Swords, the bottom of the deck. I do encourage you to... Oh, I was thinking about her. The Giver and the alluring, ambitious women. Sexy. Nice. All right. The wheel, the 7 of Wands. Let's see what else this has in store. Oh my gosh. Reading makes me tired. And the readings prior to this, Pal 6, make sure you still stay till the end. They were very strong. Like, they took me out. Like, it was a lot of energy. Too much. I think I'm out for the count. I don't care. It's an old K-pop song. What you know about that? Let's go for one more. You have the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Wands. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the 10 of Wands. One more. The Queens are exalted. They are on their positive side. And the Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands are in the reverse, the negative side. I was going to say hilariously in the reverse because that's a beginning and an ending that are both a little dilapidated, very dilapidated. And that kind of tracks, and that's really sad. It's like really kind of sad. It's hilarious. Anyway, yeah, exactly this. The 10 of Wands in reverse are the negative side, and the Ace of Pentacles in the negative side. This is so weird. It's so funny to me as a me person, as a reader. I look at those energies and I go, fuck. Because, oh my God, like this is like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You keep trying, but you can't win for losing. Like, it's like comical. It's very Tom and Jerry, but it's real life, and that sucks. It's very like Pursuit of Happiness, a movie I haven't seen, but it's like you really out here trying, and that's the sad part. Like, you're really out here trying, and nothing works. Nothing works. Nothing is hitting. What the flying, like what? And all of that is holy. What am I doing wrong? That's what the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles feels like in these positions. It's like you cry, you laugh to keep from crying. This combination is ridiculous. It's insane. I hate it for whomever this is for. I remember I literally got this combination, but they were both in the upright, and it was good. It was hard going, but good. But this is like you try and you lose. You keep trying and you keep losing. You try and you keep losing, and it's like, what the fuck? And then, of course, this card comes out and says, I'm trying to be optimistic about our connection. And boy, are they ever. I'm going to assume that you represent the queens. Actually, even they do. I think this person, their thoughts of you, they're not used to hearing no so much. They're not used to being shut down, or they're not used to not being top dog in the spaces that they're in. But when it comes to you, oh, you humble them. And it sucks. And it really, really sucks. I don't think you get how much it sucks for them to be as humbled as you do that for them. I think this person is used to being top dog. I think this person has good intentions. I think. I don't know. Towards you. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh my God. I'm finally like looking at the channeled messages that came out from the I Love You Butt deck, which you can get in the description box below. Get your own deck. Great for beginners. Fantastic for an intermediate and advanced, because you can do a lot with this deck. If you can read English, you can read this deck. Okay. Almost 300 unique messages, and it fits in the palm of your hand. You don't need to split it or do any kind of craziness. I know you saw the word grind. Listen, there's an unboxing video which you can watch on the channel to see a lot more about what this deck's about. I love it, and Alyssa Lemire did a good job. You are Caroline from that song by those people, Outcast. Except truly, your shit don't stink, right? Like, you are really exalted and put in on a pedestal by this person. Who are you guys checking on here? Like, what? This person really thinks that you are amazing. Now, it could very well be that this person, their thoughts of you are also, in addition to what I said prior, because I'm not thinking, there are no lies told there, baby. Spirit lives in the house of illumination. Excuse me. Spirit lives in the house of Lemire. Spirit resides in illumination. And I know that story is very real. In addition to, right, layers. I read in layers. This person could see your struggle, and yet you still flossy. This person could see that you've tried so hard in so many things, and yet you keep going, and yet you're still graceful in certain things that you do. Like, you on that shit. You on your shit. You on that number 6 shit. You haven't been destroyed by the failings or failures or things that haven't worked out in your world. You are still a giving person. You are still a loving person. You're still a caring person. You're still hot. Okay? You're still an alluring person. You're still an attractive person. You're still an ambitious person. You still rocking it with the rocket-doo. The Wheel of Fortune. I'm seeing it in my head. I'm seeing that 7 of Wands. Yeah. Keep fighting. You keep fighting. The 7 of Wands is that you keep fighting. You still stand your ground. You're stubborn. Depending on who's talking, you're stubborn. Depending on who's talking, you are ambitious. You keep fighting for what you want until you get it. Two sides of the same coin. You don't want to give up. You'll fight for what you want. And they see that in you. And it's like watching a car crash or something. You can't look away. It's like watching, not a car crash, excuse me. Yes, that, but it's like watching a hero movie, a superhero movie, like the Avengers or something like that. Because they're being beat to shit and you're like, oh my God, how can they survive this? But you know they could survive it, right? And you're in awe of how they turn the tables. That's kind of this as well. Back to that first story. Mixing it with this story. I'm trying to be optimistic about our connection. They don't make them like you anymore. This person wants to build something with you. They want to grow something with you. But try as they might, baby, they keep failing. No matter what they do, no matter what they do, they just can't win for losing. It is sad. It is really sad. It's like watching Tomcat from Tom and Jerry try to get his girl, and Jerry just keeps thwarting him, or he just keeps embarrassing himself. He grabs a bottle of perfume. Instead, he grabbed a bottle of fish oil, and it's funky, and it's like, no, he just can't win for losing. This sort of first story is like someone who's pining after you. Hi, I just want to talk to you. Hi, give me a time of day. I'm keeping the door open for you. I will keep trying. I don't care. I want you. Number 6, there's 2 stories here. One of them is this person really, really wants you, and I don't think you give a damn about this person no more. I don't know if you ever did, but you really don't hold, you don't think of, you don't want this, you just don't. Which makes me wonder, why would you check on someone that you don't care about? Why would you do that? Why would you click on their thoughts of you and go, I don't care about this person, what they think of me? Who is this? Pal 6, why would you waste your time like that? You don't give 2 shits about this person. The fuck? What? I don't get it. Third story is it could be reversed in that they see you as someone who is optimistic about this. They see you as someone who's trying and trying and trying to make this relationship work between you and them. They see that you are an Adonis, you are a goddess, you are an amazing person, but you want them? You want them? They see that you go out of your way to make your presence known to them. You say hi. You are keeping the door. You keep giving them the time of day. And you don't care what you look like. You don't care what happens. You want this person, and you have staked your claim in them and said, I want this person. I want you. And they see that. That's their thoughts of you. They're like, hot damn, Pal 6 really is into me. And they don't make them like that anymore. People aren't going after, that's high school stuff, right? People aren't putting in so much effort to win someone over anymore. Because, you don't like me? Oh, okay, bye. I'll go on to the next. But it's like their thoughts of you is like, Pal 6 is really out here trying to get me. Pal 6 is really trying for me. Huh. Pal 6 is wonderful. They're attractive. They're giving. They're ambitious. They have goals. They have dreams. They got stuff going for them. And they're trying to get me. And I've been putting up stops. I've been putting up pauses. I've been putting up blockades. But they pick themselves right back up and say, hi. Hey, how are ya? 3 stories. Number 1, this is somebody who really wants you, and I don't know if you want them, but they really want you. They're trying a lot, and they don't care what they look like. They don't care what, because they see that you are a beacon of something, and they're not trying to lose that. They don't make them like you anymore, Pal 6. They want you, and they're going to keep coming for you. They may walk away, they may dip, they may leave, but they're like, nah. Pile 6, I'm gonna get that. They keep trying. It's not working out, but they keep trying. It's hard, but they keep trying. The second story was where they see that you are someone who, when things don't work out, you keep trying. You're tenacious. You keep going. You dust your shoulders off and you say, on to the next. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing the things that I got to do. I'm optimistic about what I got going in my life, and I'm going to make it work. And they don't make that kind of work ethic like that anymore. And they see that in you. That's pile 2. That's the second story, where you are going for something and their thoughts of you are like, hot diggity damn, pile 6 does not give up on what they want. Shit. Oh, whoa, okay. And it's impressive. And then there's a third story where you feel that you want this person and they see that their thoughts of you recently are, man, pile 6 is not stopping for me. They're not stopping trying to get me. They're not stopping. They're really into me. They're really trying to keep this door open for me. They're really going hard for me. They really think this could be something between us. And they don't make them like that anymore. People just kind of say, oh, bye. They don't go, no, what if we do this other thing? So those are the 3 stories that I'm picking up here. You tell me which story you are. Like, honestly, you tell me which story you are. There could be another story in here, but I'm going to pull your guidance. I'm trying to think of what that wheel was. I think this has been going on for a while. Right? Or it could go on for a while. And that's the thing with the wheel. It was upright and reverse, upright and reverse, upright and reverse. So it's like stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. So this could be an in and out type energy. This could be a high, all right, not talk for a few weeks or months, and then high, not talk for a few weeks or few months, something like that. And honestly, it could be all of the above. It could have been all of them stories, something like that. But yeah, the wheel, I think it's like stop, go. The seasons, stop, go. Luck, good luck, bad luck. All right. Well, what's the guidance for my person watching this? What's the guidance for my Lumi watching this, Spirit? Oh, it's too many cards, baby girl. I don't want to do this. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this. Armadillo Spirit set healthy boundaries. Fucking fair. Really fair. Okay. Know your worth in protection and embrace the in-between. 3 stories, 3 different bits of guidance. Makes sense. Listen, Spirit do be living in the house of Lumiere. Spirit is a resident of the Lumination. So, Spirit said you gave 3 stories, or rather I gave you 3 stories. I'm going to give you 3 bits of guidance. All right, baby girl. I call everybody girl. Let's get into this bread. Let's start with Armadillo Spirit. Set healthy boundaries. So, depending on which story this was for you, if it was all the above, why not? Learning to set healthy boundaries is a gift from Armadillo Spirit. You are entering a phase where, in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may be discerning and say no to many things that have been okay for you in the past. This also means that you need to learn where you end and others begin. What is yours to own and what is not? Know your limits, Pal 6, and understand that it's an empowering choice to say no to what doesn't feel right. Armadillo is here to tell you it's time to be honest with yourself about what you really, really want. Be clear in what you are agreeing to, declare what your needs are, and say no as a full sentence. These are acts of respect and kindness to others, as well as yourself. Trust your body's signals and you will know what to do. Armadillo Spirit guides you in making good decisions that are grounded in a strong sense of what belongs to you and what does not. Flamingo spirit. Embrace the in-between in reverse protection. If you're feeling nervous and wobbly, stop worrying about the past and the future. Instead, be present in the moment. Balancing for now is the space in which creativity arises. I sneezed, excuse me. Creativity is your birthright, pal 6, but if you're moving too quickly in an attempt to avoid the discomfort of transition, you can blind yourself to the miraculous possibilities that are before you now and those just coming into being. That's a word. The past has its lessons and planning has its merits. But right now, you may be imbalanced because you're becoming too nostalgic for what once was or too anxious about what the future might hold. This is a time to plan carefully. For now, be still and know that Spirit is here, co-creating with you in this moment. The next step will appear when it needs to appear. Relax into a state of equanimity and balance so any anxiety can transmute into trust and faith that all will be as it will for the highest good. Let the church say amen. Finally, the last bit of guidance here for you, Pal 6. And of course it would be Pal 6. Know your worth. Skunk spirit in the protection. Listen, not everyone will appreciate you. Many people have issues of their own to address, and you may trigger something in them, but if so, no matter. Skunk spirit calls you to be fully yourself without apology. Whew. Now is the time for honesty and admitting that something does not sit right for you. You deserve the self-respect that comes when you courageously choose to stand up for yourself and speak your truth in love. Remember who you are and what really matters to you and act with integrity. You'll be so glad you did. I wish you everything, Pal 6. I really do. I wish you your highest good in this story. If you are someone who's ambitiously going for what they want in life, I hope that you succeed in that. And I hope that you are able to take the time that you need and try not to rush through the transitory period, because like Flamingo Spirit said, you know, sometimes those periods are what we kind of need to decommit and just sort of let things bubble up as they will. Good luck with that. You have what it takes. Keep going, but keep going smartly and in a way that is self-loving to you. I do wish you everything. I really do. Keep your light on. Good luck. And I hope this served you because, oh my God. Bye.